Coach, probably not, how you would have wanted things to end or to get to. Just maybe we can start with the assessment of this particular game.
Yeah, I think obviously there's another way we actually wanted to play the whole tournament, but I guess it's part of sevens. We understand where we're at now. We always knew it was going to be a challenge coming from last week into this week. Is the first time that our team will play back to back, which require high intensity and physicality, and that's a massive challenge. Also, with us facing a couple of injuries in key positions, that also had a massive contribution to the performance now. But there's one thing that we do have control, is our effort and our attitude, and I think there's a massive lack at this moment in this time. So hopefully the team can come back and give a better attitude and effort.
So just in terms of the next game coming up now, you obviously want the 11th place. What's going to be the focus now going and heading into that game?
It's obviously within our we're playing next, but it's first things first to make sure that our effort and our attitude is much better. It has to start with a warm-up and especially defensively, making our tackles and really work hard for each other. And once we get the opportunity to play them there, then we can play. There was about, I think, 45 seconds. We really played well in attack, and we could see what we could achieve as a team. So hopefully we can take a lot of confidence from that and into the next game.
Coach, from Dubai to Cape Town, mentally, how do you adjust yourself? Because we've seen a massive drop from last weekend to here.
Excuse me?
We've seen a massive drop from last week to here now. How do you adjust yourself mentally?
I think it's a massive challenge. Obviously, from last week to this week, there was a lot of excitement going to Dubai. It's our first time on the World Series, and then this week you're here at home, see your family and friends, and I think there's a lot of distraction that the players is not used to, and I guess that is part of the growing pains. And I think we were much more focused on the external stuff and not focused on inside and why we're here as an individual and how we're going to go forward. I know we spoke about it, but it's how do you respond when the opportunity presents yourself.
Do you get more pressure when you play at home than when you play away from home?
It's obviously there's always pressure once you represent your country and especially back home, and the pressure is much more than playing away from home, because this is one opportunity that you get to play in front of your family and loved ones, and you really want to make them proud, and then that also has a contribution in terms of how you prepare yourself. Me as a player, how do I approach the game? We as coaches can do our utmost best to make sure that we get you focused, give you the right plan, but you as a player has to make sure that you implement that plan.
Coach, and a question from my side. You're a former Pog yourself. What's your encouragement or kind of advice against Australia today?
Against
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
The men. I think obviously if we can make our tackles and be disciplined in defense and make use of our opportunities, and then we should be successful.
Coach, it must also be challenging for you as a coaching group, coming into the circuit, with the team that hasn't been going back-to-back weekends. What are some of the plans that you possibly have in place to make sure that when you do go back-to-back weekends like these, that the ladies can still keep the momentum?
I think it's obviously difficult, like their bodies has been stretched, this is the first time, like you said, they're playing back to back, so this is something new for them, going through physically and emotionally and mentally. So we just have to go back and reassess where we're at as a squad, and we as individuals understanding what is required to compete at this level consistently, and then we can work from there.